Hi, this is Vermin Supreme, and I would certainly like to inform you that I never, ever listen to, nor do I plan on listening to, None Taken.
The following program contains material that is just too cute. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's that hat you're wearing?
It's my cowboy hat.
Well, I know it says cowboy hat on
It
it.
says cowboy hat. Bobby Ferg got it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he probably had to store credit somewhere or something. I can't believe somebody would buy me this. I love it.
It's a cool hat.
Yeah. I figured, because, oh my God, I've got, what's that guy that does the NFL draft? Here, I got his hair right now. This is not a good time to not remember a guy's name.
Know.
Mel Kiper Jr. I've got Mel Kiper Jr. hair right now.
Yes. Okay. I see it. I see it.
You can't really see it. You got, like stylized Dracula with volume. That's what I would describe a Mel Kiper haircut as. You get it.
Volume. Yes.
Yeah, volumized. He's got some.
You buy
good
the shampoo for that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, sir.
Exactly, sir.
You know what I get real sick of, Alan?
What? What do you get? Real
We don't
sick
do
of?
ads on the show. Thank God to all our Patreon subscribers. Thank you going to untaken.horse, keeping this show forever ad free. We'll stop doing a show. We're not going to do fucking ads. We're not going to be like, guys, don't worry, Untaken sticking around, but we're involving ads. Like, no. So thank you for joining the Patreon and making the show ad free. You know what I'm getting sick of is ICRA ads. I'm getting real tired of these ICRA ads. Yeah.
What's ICRA? I don't know what this is.
I don't know what it is. It's a healthcare alternative, Alan. It's employee healthcare can be blah, blah, blah. That's why a new form of healthcare called ICRA, IHCRA, which I keep hearing about. I don't know what it means, but it's an ICRA.
You should probably avoid
help.
those. Yeah, don't
It can
click.
help. ICRA
Don't
can
click.
help. I don't know. It seems like ICRAs are the new PPOs or something like that. I don't know what an ICRA is. I don't know, but it's literally like one podcast will end with an ICRA ad and the next one will start with an ICRA ad. And I don't know what I'm doing. I understand why I get perimenopause ads because it's more about like your cohort. And it's like, okay, well, I must be living with a woman and downloading podcasts together, and they want to get women's health ads out there, and they're just guessing. They're like, I don't know, maybe she wants this, It's either that or I'm going through perimenopause, Alan.
I just
that
get
would explain
dick pills ads.
Alan, that would explain the dryness.
Okay, I see. You were going somewhere. Okay, all right. Yeah.
You get dick pill ads? Is that what I
get
heard you
dick
say?
pill ads
you
all the
get dick
time.
pill ads on your...
Everywhere. All the places.
Okay, well, we are men of a certain age, but I'm just,
We are.
not the ad reads, right? Like, do you get dick pill ads on your podcasts?
No,
Like,
no,
for The
no. Just like
Economist
on
or something?
Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not.
Not the same.
Let me be clear. I was talking about podcast ads.
Oh.
I don't know if I said that. Maybe that was the confusion. Hey, I have another bit prepared for you, Alan.
Oh. Do tell.
You watching this basketball series?
Yeah.
How you liking it?
It's fun.
I don't know if it's just the fact that New York is in it, and it's like having like a Lakers in there. Although Lakers have been in the finals in the last few years, right? At some point,
Yes.
I think I've been told.
They have. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't care, but the Knicks have been out of it for so long. It's not. It's nice. It's different. It's unusual. It's nice. And so Donald Trump decided to go because he's a big New York sports guy, Alan. He's a big New Yorker.
Big New York guy. Yeah.
So he went to Madison Square Garden last night for the game that was at the Garden, and he pulled a Ted Cruz. So pulling a Ted Cruz is when you make a big deal about the fact that you're going to go to the big game. And Ted Cruz is like horrible bad luck. Like Ted Cruz, he'll always go to like a big Texas football game, like University of Texas, or I think he went to the Aggies playoff game.
Texas A&M. Okay.
Yeah, and they lost. Like just anytime Ted Cruz goes
He's
to
not
big
a good
important-
luck charm.
and he's like, so Trump pulled a Ted Cruz in more than one way. You don't announce it. You just go. And I know when you're like the president, you can't just be a normal person in the crowd. But as much as you can, you just go and let the camera find you because it fucking will. Like the camera's got to find you. You don't have to make sure everybody knows you're there,
Right. Just
and
show
like
up.
have a spotlight and yeah, exactly. So,
Like
yeah,
Ashley
so he-
Judd at a Duke game. Yeah. Just show up.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to be a person, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that's harder for a president. I get that. But like, it was news that he was going to be there, and maybe that part of that's Dolan's fault. But yeah, so he goes and he makes a big spectacle of himself, and everybody boos him. And he said it was amazing. He said, "Yeah, I think there was a good amount of people that cheered for me." Like, he acknowledged that people were booing. He was like, more people were cheering than not. It's like, I don't know. I heard that shit. But
Yeah, we saw
it's
it.
also like, you're not. Like, I thought it was amazing. I thought they were amazing. And then he did something that pissed me off. So during the national anthem, and he's always done this, and it pisses me the fuck off. He salutes.
Oh.
It's presidents aren't different. Like, I know they're the commander in chief, but like, I had to look this up. Presidents aren't different. Presidents are still, I mean, it's a civilian role, right?
Yeah.
Like, presidents are civilians.
That's the point,
And
yeah.
civilians do hand over the heart. And if you're wearing a hat, you take your hat off and you put your hat over your left shoulder so that your hand holding the brim is over the heart, right?
Right. Yes.
Any civilian does that. If you are a active service or a vet, you can salute, whether you're uniformed or not. The president's neither of those. You know why he's not? Because he had his chance to, but he had 5 bone spur deferments, and he's up there cosplaying, just doing a salute. It's just so fucking gross, man. Like, it is a nitpick given the list of offensive this guy's made, but like, it honestly, it pisses me off almost more than anything that he does. Like wearing a baseball cap to a dignified transfer is pretty bad too. It's no tan suit. Don't get me wrong. It's not like tan suit. But it's up there. Yeah.
The tan suit is pretty. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
And then he promptly fell asleep because it was a late game. It was a late game.
Of course,
that game
he
was
fell
over.
asleep.
It was like 11:30 my time, or maybe 10:30 my time.
That's
It was
way
late for the
past his
president. It's
bedtime.
yeah, he's normally tweeting by then. Sending out, firing off troths.
Right.
I should have started the show. I had a few of those moments where you were laughing pretty good. I could have hit the button.
But you waited.
I did, and now I'm stuck with a really like shoehorned in opening sound. Sometimes I think I'm steering away from playing
What?
clips.
Clips.
Steering away from playing clips on the show in general. Just because I feel like we provided good enough content, we don't have to like
We
use
can do
someone
it.
else's stuff as a crutch. I mean, it's fun when it's something worth commenting on, but it's like so much of the news. It was like, why am I sharing somebody recapping this and then talking about it? We can just talk about it. This isn't news. That said, I got a good chuckle out of you earlier. I didn't have to have a joke at the front, and here I am stuck with a meme to play. I'm going to present to you a word. In what language do you think grape leaves is very hard to say?
Oh, well, Greek probably.
Yeah, I would say maybe Greek. I forget if I don't know my my Chinese dialect, Alan. Mm-hmm. I used to have
Mandarin or
yeah, I was thinking Mandarin. Yeah. I don't know, and it's not it's like different ones sort of have different accents, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I used to have a Hyundai accent.
A Honda.
I used to have a Hyundai accent. Yeah.
How'd that work?
It was fine. I sold it
That's good.
to my dialect coach. All right, we're starting the show with that one. Fuck this video.
Y'all let me in this damn house.
Should we hit record?
Yeah, 1, 2, get it.
Got it.
All right, you ready? The dialect.
I am ready.
Yeah.
How much is it in your country?
Yes. All right. Well, you want to start a show?
Let's start a show.
That podcast is filling your head with garbage.
No offense taken there.
Well, it sounds like none taken.
Boom!
Welcome to episode number 578 of None Taken, the internet's only debate and current events show. Two political nomads from two different worlds, Shout out to Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band for use of their song Ways and Means for intro music. Thank you all for joining us. The time of this recording, it is Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. It's a great day for America. Hey, it's 6-9.
Hey.
We are two coastal elites here to recap another week of current events, sharing way too much of our tragic personal lives, and taking a sledgehammer to culture war echo chambers. Coming to you. Well, not that one. Coming to you from the shores of the mighty Cumberland in Madison, Tennessee. I'm your host, Cred, short for credible. And joining us all the way from Timbertown, Morton, Washington is Alan, the Nature Boy Smith. And please subscribe right now, wherever you're listening to this. We don't have an advertising budget. Y'all are around, so tell your friends about us. It's the best thing. People trust you more than they trust me bugging them on the internet. You can share one of our reels. Honestly, that helps. That helps us with engagement. Give us a little bit of comment anytime you see one of those reels. Even if it's just dumb words, just be like, words, you said you like words. The algorithm doesn't know. It costs you nothing. You just put words on a page.
Say words.
Yeah. This kimono's too big. You know, if your kimono's too big, you can head on over to nuntaken.horse. And if you go to nuntaken.horse, I'm trying to do it. There we go. And you scroll down here, it goes to the merch store, and it opens up a tab here. First, you go past the cum towels. Alan says that they're golf towels. You go past the cum towels, past the koozies, past the Pokemon hat.
Past all that. Okay.
Yeah, and you've got right here, Culture War Veteran Kimono Robe.
Yes.
And they come in all shapes and all sizes. They're the same shape, just larger.
Different
and smaller.
sizes, yeah.
Yeah, different sizes. And I bought an extra large, and I wish I just got a large. It's and I'm 195 pounds and 6'1", just for helping you with your sizing needs and bragging about my fitness. Oh, I also removed the rocks glass that was on there with the etched rocks glass because you couldn't see anything when you pour a drink in there. I learned that the hard way for myself, but I didn't take it off of the site. And then some big idiot bought one. Then I felt bad about it, and they might have a surprise coming their way. So, okay. Yeah. This turned into a compliment, but I did call them dumb. Yeah, be one of our friends and join the Patreon. I'll call you dumb on the podcast, but I won't say your name, so it's fine. You can also buy bumper magnets here that say, please don't honk at me. My dad is dead.
You can buy that.
That one's for me. And that's it for now. That's all. I don't think I'm going to get the Abe Lincoln T-shirts up on the site in time for America 250. I mean, I guess I could do it today. Yeah, get on there and buy the Abraham Lincoln shirts and hats.
Maybe
Abraham
around the
Lincoln
4th of
doesn't like the
July
theater.
would be good, I think. Maybe? No?
You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first instance of Have You Noticed? And this week's episode of Have You Noticed is, have you noticed Alan's been drinking? So if you were paying attention earlier, listeners, not you, Alan, don't worry.
Right,
if you
okay,
were paying
good.
attention earlier, listeners, I said, I don't know if I'm going to have these up on the site in time for America's 250th birthday, to which Alan goes, yeah, but maybe the 4th of July will be good.
I did do that.
You did. It's okay. It's okay.
I did do that.
Normally I get drunk during the show. Alan's like, gotcha.
Don't forget nuntaken.horse for all your nuntaken needs.
It's you, professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do you do there? What else can they do at Nuntaken?
All the socials, all the links are all over there at nuntaken.horse. Also, don't forget, support the people that support us.
Okay.
Slickestdigital.com for all your SEO and marketing needs. Slickestdigital.com. And also, don't forget JeffHancockPhotography.com for all your...
It's just the back of your hand, man. Look at you. Total pro. You can show up and do this in your sleep. All your cock photography needs, go to JeffHancockPhotography.com.
Yep.
All right, let's get into a little bit of our personal life. I hesitate to ask, what have you been up to, buddy?
Oh, I had a good weekend. I did that braised short ribs. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun.
I got really excited about that. Sorry. That might have been real loud in the microphone.
Dude came over and felled like 3 trees like that were near buildings that could have gone really bad.
I like felled. You don't use it any other way, right? You felled a tree.
Felled the tree.
Yeah.
They went perfectly, and that was fun. It was a good weekend, man.
It's a good weekend.
Yeah, how about you? What you been up to?
It's pretty good. Wait, I got to hear more about those short ribs. Why is it not long ribs, huh? Just the short ones?
It's just short ribs.
Yeah, I want the shortest ribs you have.
The shortest ribs you have. Yeah, you braise them in wine and mostly wine. Yeah.
Do you braise them in wine?
Yes.
You marinate them in wine.
No, you braise them in wine.
How do you braise it in wine?
So it's you sear them and then you put wine and beef broth in there and just bake them for like 3 hours.
Are you doing this in the stove or on a grill?
This is in an oven.
In an oven. Yeah, that's what I meant. Tricked you with stove. Didn't mean to. I used the wrong word. Okay, so never on the grill. Did you sear it on the grill?
No, you sear it in the pan.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, pan seared. Got it. Okay, yeah.
They're good. They're so good. It's like
I bet. Do you
it's
have
like
any
the
leftovers?
best
You go
pot
for it.
roast you've ever had is what it tastes
Okay,
like. It's like
okay.
it's so good. It's fucking
Good pot
fantastic.
roast.
Yeah.
Man, when we were in Amsterdam and it was cold, we had like pot roasts. It wasn't called that, but it was like like a beef stew type thing. But I don't. Those are two different things. Let's see. I'm getting finding if I had anything. Oh yeah, I wrote some stuff down. I had a great weekend. So this was it's anniversary weekend for me and
Oh
Natasha.
yes.
It also coincided with the first Friday of the month. First Friday of every month, we go to Yazoo Comedy here in Madison. So
Oh,
we got
yeah.
to see our comedy show. It was great. There was hilarious comedians there. Bits. It was like, fuck, man. I wish I could steal that. Like one guy has a bit about not Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh shit. The song was like, it was late December 1963. It's like, oh what a night, right? And he's like, oh what a night, like this is like a month after Kennedy got shot. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like we're a nation in mourning, and you're like, wistful.
Good
Alan,
times.
wistful.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will say one drawback from going to the comedy, and I'll slander them because they consistently make me feel icky, is they have a Grill Shack location there. Is the place sort of they have a couple locations in Nashville, Grill Shack. But the one inside the brewery, they must just not change the oil in the fryer. And it makes me feel like, so I drink and then I go home and I fall asleep. And then I wake up thinking I have like, maybe I'm going to get sick and have a hangover. It's that feeling like your stomach feels like a little gassy, a little, but
Icky.
it's not, it's not like you're going to throw up, but it's, since you were also drinking, you kind of feel like maybe that's what it is. Do you get what I mean?
I do.
And I hate it. It happens once a month. I'm like, why do I feel like this? And it's like, well, because you keep eating Grill Shack there. So I'm done with Grill Shack. I woke up throughout the night, mostly gassy, but every time I woke up, I was in my dream. I was dreaming about working on my solo for the opener because Bobby Ferg finalized the backing track for our new show open.
Hell yeah.
So I've been working in my mind. I kept thinking about my solo on zebradicking.mp3. Zebra Dickin. I think the song's called Zebra Dickin.
Yeah.
Like dicking, not
Sure.
like fucking. Like we're zebra dicking around.
dicking.
You know.
Yeah.
Me and Alan just zebra dicking around through the headlines. Saturday was great. It was a lake day.
Nice.
It was honestly the only good day weather-wise for the whole weekend. We've been having shit weather. All of our May weather's showing up in June. But the lake was great. Like good weather, canceled yoga, just went to the gym. Went to the lake super early. I just burped. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. We went to the lake like super early. We were there at like 10 and we left at like 4:30. Like
That's a
all
good
day.
lake day.
I didn't get burnt. I was a little disappointed. I was like, hold on.
The dogs had fun.
Dude, Petra doesn't even swim anymore. She just gets tired.
Aw.
She
Oh,
just wants to
that.
lay down. Yeah, I don't know. But then, like, we take her to the park and she runs around. So I don't know. Like, yeah, she gets out there. She's so excited. She's swimming. And then she barks at me to throw the ball for the first time. And then after, like, one throw, she's like, okay, I'm going to go sit on the chair. We have to bring a separate chair for Petra, of course. It's my old Sooners chair. Yeah, so we have her with a chair. And Natasha, like, puts up an umbrella on it and, like, drapes the umbrella with a towel. It's...
You know, I kind of like that. Actually, that you should share pics of that. I want to see
such a little princess. I might have it here. Hold on. You know what? Alan, you're not going to believe this.
Do you have a pic of your
I
dog?
have a Vegemite sandwich picture. Look at that shit. That is a sylph, right?
That is a self for sure.
Do you think people know what sylph stands for?
Sandwich I like to
Yeah,
fuck.
whoa. It was a family show.
Oh, sorry.
There's
there
Petra
she is.
being a fucking baby.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then
That's
she
fantastic.
whines. She does that. She looks at us and whines because somehow she's not close enough. Like, yeah, I don't mind the
Get
chair.
her a
but can I be
beer
right next to you?
or something. You know?
Yeah, she
Like,
probably. That's probably what she's whining about. She
Yeah.
needed a beer.
She needed a beer, probably.
Is it too early to write down Sylph? I think that's.
It's never too early.
It's never too early for Sylph. Yeah, I think that's what I got. Oh yeah. Oh God, if you want to see, how's that, Alan?
That's fantastic.
Fucking baby. She's just the world's biggest baby.
Oh, I love it.
Join the Patreon. It's $3. We didn't mention that. Okay. And then we went to our friend Lottie's birthday. So Lottie and Brian,
nice.
the people that watched our dogs, we're friends. They're not just people that watch our dogs.
Yeah.
It was her birthday, and she's quitting smoking, so I got to bring my cigarettes and smoke all my cigarettes. One last hurrah. And then it was rainy on Sunday. It was a
How
great
many
time.
cigarettes did you smoke?
Enough to not feel good the next morning. It was like I felt like maybe I think more in a night than I did in Europe.
That's like one for me is enough to not
yeah.
feel good the next morning. But
Did you know Natasha didn't know I was smoking at the Derby?
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she found out and she thought I was in trouble. I was like, whoa, hold on. I thought that
You were-
She's like, you don't just get to smoke cigarettes every time you like hang out with your friends. I'm like, no, it was me and Alan going to the Kentucky Derby. Like
Different zip codes. Like
when
you
does
did-
this even happen?
These rules
Kentucky
change.
might as well be Europe, right? Yeah. I was like, I was not keeping this a secret from you. I just thought this was fine. I have some other notes. Oh, dude. Okay, so Sunday was rainy, right? But I was like, let's do some live music. It's Nashville, we're spoiled. So we kind of did some stuff in the morning. It's not what it sounds like, guys. Get your mind out of the gutter. And we
Omelets is what I'm thinking. Yeah, right.
we did. Yeah, well, Natasha made breakfast out of some Mexican food that we got the day
Sure.
before. Yeah,
That's what you do.
Well, I've been using Valentino's or Valentina's hot sauce instead of Tapatio. Do you get Valentina's there?
No, I don't think so.
Really good. Highly recommend
Good
it.
shit? Okay.
Yeah, it's got a thicker consistency to it, and it's like a rich red color too. Valentina's hot sauce. This one here, just so you got a visual on it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You've seen that.
I've seen this. Yes, I've seen this.
It's really good, man. Really recommend
Nice
it.
and thick. Okay.
Tangy, mildly spicy, chili peppers. Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on your fruit and seafood. It even says. I put it on my breakfast that Natasha made that you accurately predicted. And then we went to do some music. So first we went to some sushi. We went to a great sushi restaurant in our old neighborhood. It was like a building that didn't exist because Nashville's always churning.
Right.
And the sushi was delicious, but there were these fruit flies buzzing around my face like Lindsey
God
Graham.
damn
Like,
it.
the whole time we were there, I was just like, "What are you guys doing here?" And like,
Flies ruin everything.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
We're going to blow the hell out of these people.
I was like, "Get out of here, you fruit flies!" Alan.
Yeah, I know.
Was that a hate? Was that a hateful comment? I say that without hate in my heart.
Flies.
It's a Lindsey Graham joke.
Yeah, it's good.
It's fine.
fine.
And so like didn't complain throughout the whole meal. And then like the lady at the end was like, how was everything? I was like, fantastic. There was this one that had like a shaved piece of lemon on the top of it, like with the rind and everything. And it was just like, it really enhanced the whole flavor and the salmon in it. Tuna. But it was just so good. It was so good. I was like, the only thing is, like, is it just the seat that has all these flies? And she's like, and she just noticed it. They kept going up against the window and I kept smashing them with my fist up against the window. I was like, these ones here. She's like, no, I didn't know this was happening. I'm so sorry. No, there aren't flies all over our fucking. So they gave us.
Was there an indoor option and you just chose?
We
to
were
sit?
indoors.
Oh, that was indoors.
Yeah, it's too hot for outdoors right now. Or too humid for outdoors right now. Yeah. Oh, and also this neighborhood smells. Like if you go outside, it just smells like sewage. It's like very disgusting. Which probably has something to do with the flies, right?
Yeah.
But they took our drinks off the menu, which was off the ticket, which is great in Nashville because we have an exorbitant liquor tax. If you buy a mixed drink in Nashville, it's like 30% before you even tip. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's crazy.
Washington State has the highest alcohol tax in the
At
United
a bar
States.
or when you go and buy alcohol?
When you
at a
buy
store?
it at the store, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
highest in the U.S., yeah.
Jeez. Wow. It's a sin, Alan. But that wasn't the exciting part. The exciting part was right after that, we went to a tiny little venue called The Basement. And we saw Hans Corndog, Alan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so Hans Condor, they were doing a benefit album. So if you don't know, Hans Condor is a local Nashville punk band. They've had not a couple of they took a huge hiatus. They were really popular in the 2010s, and one of their band members died. Two of the guys are brothers. It was one of the brothers, and they took a few years off. And then 2022, 23, they came back. And I saw their show when they came back at the Blue Room, which is Jack White's studio or Jack White's place. And it was just amazing energy. Like I would recommend you listen to Hans Condor if you like punk and like rock punk, you know. But they're really great live. You know,
What's that song you sent me? I love that.
So that one's like really stripped down. It's called My Lion Mind.
Yes.
And I'm so glad you say it. My Lion Mind.
Yes.
And so like afterwards I was like, dude, guys, like I was talking, it was a small venue. And I was like, man, I got to tell you, I actually love playing my saxophone along to My Lion Mind because it's really bluesy. And he's like, dude, that's awesome. Thank you. I was like, no, man, thank you guys. I love it. And he's like, there was nobody like waiting to talk to him. He kind of takes me sort of to the side. He's like, hey man, maybe record it and send it to me. And I'm like, oh, I'm still processing that. And now I have to actually do a good job.
Now you have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was really cool. They were doing a benefit for a band called P-Lander Z. I don't know if you've ever heard of P-Lander Z, but they're this Japanese American band where they wear like a bunch of Power Ranger type costumes and they like commit to the bit that their costumes are their skin and they're from this planet called P-Lander. Okay. They were in like a horrific accident while touring in New Mexico.
Oh no.
Yeah. And they were in like critical condition. They're gonna live, but they can't do their tour right now. They need a lot of money to get back together. They've been around since like the late 90s. They've been around for a long time. P-Lander Z is fun. And then just to finish my weekend recap, our official anniversary was on Monday. Me and my wife have been married for 2 years. It's a cotton anniversary, but I bought her a polyester hat. That's close enough.
I'm going to send you some cotton.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. Long staple, please. And we had some delicious.
Only the finest. Dustin. Only the finest.
Pima even. Pima's nice American cotton. I prefer Pima.
Okay.
Certainly not Turkish, Alan. Not with my Cyprian ass wife. We had Peruvian food. It was delicious. And I had paella left over, which I had for dinner tonight.
Nice.
It's a great time. You want to do a little bit of a comedy show?
We should do a show, I think.
Comedy show. Thrashed into this bit. This is a bit about having kids or people with their damn kids. Look, it's a note. See, it says kids under Thrash. Share this tab, though. Here we go. Get ready, America. This is the Simon Evans. We know the Simon Evans.
2 children, a boy and a girl, one of each. That is, as I'm sure you're familiar with the format, but...
Ooh, edgy in 2026. I don't know. Do you remember that bit the other day, or it was a couple months ago, I think we played it, where the lady was like, any they, thems in the audience, and everybody's quiet. She's like, after all that, you guys, do you remember that bit?
I do.
She's like, yeah, you know, I knew a they, them that wanted to go back. And it was like, no, you plural motherfucker. Like you don't get to, after what you put us all through. And I'm accepting of it. I'm tolerant. I'm not like, I'm just saying you don't get to make us all do that. And then say like, never mind. There's no take backs for that. This is her bit. I'm doing a terrible job of recapping it, but I played that on the show, right?
Yes.
I love the line, you plural bitch. That one stuck in my head. And the after all that.
After all that.
Yeah, he's saying there's only 2 types of children. Did you hear that?
A boy and a girl, one of each. That is, as I'm sure you're familiar with the format, but...
It's a little bigoted.
And people say you're very lucky to have one of each, of course, and you do see people having 3rd, 4th, 5th children.
Sex trophies.
Attempting to complete the set. Please don't get hung up on that. My experience is, it doesn't matter what the sex of the child is. Every child is a burden and a curse. It really makes no difference.
Sounds right.
Young Edward, he's just turned 3, by which I mean he's reached the age of 3 rather than converted his first lesbians, and he is...
Nice.
He'll do anything for a stick of that boy, but that's beyond him for a while yet, I think.
Wow.
But he is a bit of a handful. Small boys are. There are times in which he had been a handful. About 4 years ago, that would have saved me a few quid, but he's done now.
Wow.
I'm kidding, of course. I love him dearly. He's like a dog to me. But you have to understand...
What did he say?
We go to such
Like a
lengths
dog
to
to me.
conceal reality for them and to make them live in this fluffy pink cloud all the time. We take them at the weekend now to farms, because we live in Hove and farms are available. These aren't real farms. They may have been farms once upon a time. They're all called things like Sunnyside Farm, Blackberry Farm. They consist of 2 llamas, a lamb, a tractor ride at £5 a go, and some vast gift shop full of artisan marmalade and hand-wanked cider. Are you supposed to get excited about? My kids must be utterly baffled as to how this kind of enterprise can supply the food demands of East Sussex. I certainly am, and I would like to take them to an actual farm one of these days, something that supplies the stuff in their packed lunches on a regular basis, some vast fluorescent lit shed in the middle of nowhere surrounded by barbed wire and Alsatians and full of hobbling...
Alsatians, that came up in the hidden track.
Abominations of turkey flesh that are unable to support their hormone-inflated bodies on the hideous stumps of their legs as they try desperately to get away from the stench of their own effluent and peck blindly at each other with their stumps of their beaks. That would be an educational day out for the kids.
There you go.
Pretty good.
I have two...
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
That's a good reason not to have kids, honestly. That kind of talks me out of it. I have a Brido's comedy recommendation of the week.
Let's hear that.
So this is sight unseen. I mean, I think it's safe. I think both of us.
Can we just say
safe.
Brido looks so fucking good now? Like he's fucking...
I know. I kind of hate
great.
it. Yeah, I hate it. I know. They won't cast him in commercials anymore because they're looking for
He looks too good.
guys. Yeah.
Coworker who told me she doesn't like the current batch of comedians on Netflix, so she asked me for recommendations, and I thought I would extend it to you. This week's pick, Lizzie Cooperman. I've lived in Los Angeles since 2007, and Lizzie was already established when I got here, which means that I've probably seen Lizzie Cooperman kill more than any other comedian. And when I say kill, I mean I've looked around the room before and every single person in there was laughing as hard as they've ever laughed before. And I've just been thinking, fuck. I also know that when you're one of one, not everyone's gonna get what you're doing. And Lizzie Cooperman is definitely one of one.
Happy Halloween! Those were my mother's final words.
There's a keyboard on stage, but she's not going to sing songs. Unless it's Morongo. She kind of uses the keyboard...
Morongo. That's a niche to the Southern California.
...to create a tonal soundscape, to add another layer of tension that elevates the jokes.
Yeah.
So she's a one-liner, which is like the most traditional comedy thing you can be. But she's also a performance artist like Laurie Anderson. And when she performs that art...
Not Lonnie Anderson.
She puts her fucking foot into it. It's really hard for me to pick my favorite Lizzie Cooperman joke, but if I was pressed, I would choose the Domino Pizza Tracker.
I only get intimacy from the Domino's Pizza Tracker. Have you tried it? It's so intimate. It's like, Jose's prepping your pizza. Jose's baking your pizza. Jose's on his way to your home. Jose delivers your pizza. Jose goes home to his children. Jose makes love to his wife.
Jose can't see me through the window.
Try tracking me, Jose. Just try, sweetie. I don't even eat pizza. I'm gluten-free. I'm just in it for the game. And I'm very sex positive.
God. Lizzie Cooperman. Try that out.
All right, thank you. No.
Somebody's.
No, I only have one laughing one. Is this? That's the only laughing one I have.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what we got.
That. I don't know if there's not in this sheet. Here.
Let's go.
There we go. It's female positivity. Let's go, girls. Let's get into our How about that segment. So for this weekend, How About That, what I actually have for you is a bone to pick with the New York fucking Times. Now, we recorded a show on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure this was Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure on Thursday of last week, I'm like, oh, these fuckers can't get away with this. I started a whole sheet just to document this. Like,
just
I was
for
so
this one thing.
Yes, this one thing is what started the show sheet for this week's news. So I don't even remember what they're talking about. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't remember the subject. Let's see.
It's formative.
Okay. They were talking about Trump regulating AI and the whole like back and forth that was going with that.
Yeah.
And I think the greater context of this clip was people that wanted to see regulation didn't want it to be truly laissez-faire and just have like no one without their hand on the wheel. This is not even mixing metaphors. This is just a lack of understanding of how trains work. And Alan, not on this fucking podcast.
Man, I love trains.
Not on this podcast.
Transformative technology barreling down the tracks at them and feeling like nobody's in the engine room steering the train.
Oh God. Oh God. I mean, like, I know I don't have to. I know I don't have to. Did I send this to you or just in the group chat?
No, but I'm so glad because I also caught this.
You heard this too and it pissed you off?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I mean,
you don't
for
steer
starters,
a train.
For starters, you don't steer trains. Thank you, Alan. Yes. Why?
Because they're on tracks.
Because they're on tracks, which he mentions. He mentions the tracks. So what is he saying?
I don't know.
And you don't drive a train from the fucking engine room.
No.
The engine rooms are making it go chugga. Like if you do any kind of steering, there is like controlling of it, but that's in the control cab. Like that's and you just don't steer. Like, oh God.
It was so.
Can I just
play it again?
Transformative technology barreling down the tracks at them and feeling like nobody's in the engine room steering the train.
That's the point of the tracks, is the tracks are coming to you. Like, you're fucking up this metaphor.
That's how the train moves. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what, Alan?
What?
Given that they don't know how trains work, I shouldn't have been so upset that they also don't know how they also are unfamiliar with, they don't know nothing about bull penis. Now, this one may be a little bit more niche, but I know a thing or two about bull penis.
Okay.
It's got a really big bully stick that it's carrying around. And that is how much it is driving the U.S. economy. And we're talking about a third to more than half of GDP growth at this moment is coming from artificial intelligence and the build out of artificial intelligence.
Wow.
And
so now I worked at Trader Joe's. And I think I have a little bit of insight on this because,
You know a little about bully sticks?
I know a little about because we have a pet department there. A bully stick is, here's the definition. A bully stick is a single ingredient, highly digestible dog chew made from the dried, high-protein muscle of a bull.
Penis.
Specifically the pizzle or penis.
Yeah.
The pizzle. P to the izzle. Because they do not splinter like real bones and break down easily because it's a boner. The bull penis breaks down easily in the stomach, apparently. You know, bull penis will also break your stomach down pretty easily, too, just depending on how you ingest it. Ask Mr. Hands about that. They are considered a safe and long-lasting alternative to traditional rawhide treats. You know, if you're talking about a long-lasting alternative, Mr. Hands is not the person to go to.
No,
well, that concludes our...
Man, I love trains.
Segment of the week, which I feel like I've proven my bona fides once again by
well done, sir.
Fixating on bull penis. Do you want to? I have a clip. Hey, what did I say I was going to write down earlier as a title? Today's not the day to ask you to remember something.
Yeah, I don't recall. I don't know.
It was something I said. No, that's how that works, isn't it? Okay. Here is this is a new segment for as long as he continues to give. This is Scott Pelley not giving a fuck.
Barry Weiss sends an email to my boss, Tanya Simon. Two of the things in the email include, can we make the protesters look more violent? Now, I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the quote, but that's what was communicated to me. And the other thing was Renee Good's car. You need to describe her as driving toward the officer.
Did you get a chance to listen to this episode?
I did.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. Okay. I thought that was a very powerful episode. I thought it was really insightful. He gave a lot of details of the firing scenario, what led up to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
we
talked about it on the headline show last week.
We did, because I think there was a few times when he was describing it, it was like, oh, that's what Alan said, that they kind of ambushed him and he wasn't expecting it. But the way he told it, right?
Yeah, this was so much more. And, you know, I'm somewhat like, you can check the tapes. I was, when Barry Weiss took over as the head of CBS News, I was like, well, give her the benefit of the doubt. Like,
I think,
you know,
I think I was saying that more than you were, and I was more wrong than you were. I think you were a little more hesitant than I was.
Yeah, but we both kind of were. But
sure.
Sorry,
if you're trying to establish yourself as credible by not being biased against her, you definitely were open-minded.
I was.
I just think that you were closer to how we should be now than I was willing to be then. And
after
I'm more
this
ashamed of what I had
interview, like you have to like understand.
She's bad at it. She should have nothing to do with the TV.
She's biased as fuck, and we knew that, but it wasn't like she's putting her thumb on the scales in a way that was like unprecedented. Essentially,
I mean, to me, the main thing is when they had a 12 o'clock deadline and 4 hours after the deadline, they potentially made a show that was airing as the lead-in to the fucking Grammys, not be able to go on the air.
Before.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, no, like you're just an idiot. Like you should have nothing to do with broadcast television. Like live broadcast television, like you and you only make that kind of mistake when you don't get to that position, having been promoted through those ranks of learning by experience what you can and can't do. If you don't know any better, which she doesn't, you would think that you could do that, but you don't know any better, and that's indicative of how you should have nothing to do with this position.
Right, and I think so. The concern was that she was biased, but the more important thing that he brought out in that interview was that she's incompetent.
Yeah.
And she just shouldn't fucking be there.
Yep.
That was the bigger picture.
Yep. Toward the officer.
So they said,
describe her as Renee Good's car. You need to describe her as driving toward the officer. This is not what you see on the video. On the video, you see the officer standing slightly off the front of the car, and you clearly see Miss Good's wheels turned completely as far as they will go, away from the officer. But he shoots her in the head, kills her, and says something about her in that moment that I can't repeat in polite company. So we have gone out of our way in our plan from the very beginning to show the protesters for the responsibility that they had. We had already scrubbed the video archives looking for those scenes. But it somehow wasn't enough for Ms. Weiss. The video showed that the officer wasn't standing in front of the car and she wasn't driving toward him, but that's what the president said about that. And that's the way she wanted it described.
Which goes back to the bias, right? Like this video clearly establishes the bias a little bit more.
And also, what a fucking iconic voice. Like,
yeah, I know, right?
I hear that voice and it's just like, God damn, like that's, and he's been just an arbiter of truth for decades, you know?
37 years.
And it's just like, to see him brought to this is just fucking...
No, good for him. I mean, he left with his dignity. There's a lot of people that are still
intact.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he said it a million times in interviews. Like, I'm not worried about me. Don't worry about me.
He did say that a lot.
And I think I said that when we covered it in the first place. It's like, this isn't about him. This is about him being the one that said that and had the consequences of it all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I want to try to remember what I said earlier that I meant to write down. It wasn't zebra dicking, right?
I don't think
that wouldn't be it.
That wouldn't be it. No.
Okay.
No.
Hans Corn Dog? That wasn't it.
No.
That was a little too niche.
No.
All right. It's bugging me. Someone's going to hear this and be like, you said this, but I already have a title for it by then. Most likely Bully Stick at this point, but we'll see how this goes.
Bully Stick works. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's talk about Iran. Let's talk about Iran. Before we talk about Iran, on the subject of Iran, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you remember after Trump invaded Venezuela and kidnapped the president of Venezuela?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they trotted out this whole thing called the Don Roe Doctrine?
Yeah, I do.
You remember what the concept was?
It was spheres of influence, right?
Yeah,
Like,
spheres of influence, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were just saying it's been updated with Donald Trump, so it's the Don Road doctrine. But, we're going to dominate in our sphere of influence.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine what the sphere of influence would be for the United States when they talk about regions, right? Like, and then you have a map in your head of the world, right?
Sure.
Okay, spin it around so that you can see where Iran is, and tell me how the fuck we are there next. The very next thing we did was go to someone else's fucking sphere, and that's right, because it's BB sphere, so which is also American.
That's how that works. Yeah, BB sphere.
Yeah.
We got co-opted. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
We got what are those things? What's the duck penis called?
Coacad.
Coacad. That's what we did, Alan. We got coacad. Coacad. We got something mixed like a cloaca with one of those cat barbs. That's what we got.
You don't want that. Nobody wants that.
Cats
nobody
don't
wants
want
that.
that. From what
Nobody
I hear.
wants that.
When you hear cats doing that, the cat definitely doesn't.
They're not
want
happy
that.
about it.
I don't even feel like the male cat likes it.
No, it's just nobody likes that.
All right. It's like, look, this is gonna hurt you. No, never mind. Never mind. Nancy Mace conceded in South Carolina. I just got a notification for that.
That's
so
good.
That leaves the Trump-endorsed lieutenant governor and the attorney general. That's interesting. They have 2 weeks for a runoff.
I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Steve Hilton beat Tom Steyer, second spot in California's government.
Yeah,
that's a
that's
Republican,
true.
right?
Yes.
Steve Hilton is a Republican?
Yeah, he is.
So there's going to be a Republican in the election because it could have been two Democrats.
It's
California. Wait.
So
what I'm going to say, though, is that means that on the other ballot measures, if it was just two Democrats, no Republicans would come out to vote, and things that are down ballot wouldn't get any non-Democrat votes in the general election. I've talked about this before. So that's actually maybe good for like a balanced electorate class showing up for the other things other than just.
Well, I think also it's good like that you can't just buy an election. Like Steyer,
the guy spent
so much money.
He spent like $200 million of his own money.
He's a fucking billionaire, and he spent so much money trying to do that. Also, I think in the LA mayor's race, Karen Bass is going against her left opponent, not Pratt, because Pratt lost.
We're going to talk about that a little later.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, this is just things that just broke through now.
All right.
Graham Plattner wins Maine's Democratic primary, which he was running unopposed. Remember, he was running against the former governor who was establishment Democrat, and also 78. Nobody gives him shit about that. People are like, I don't know, he's like this racist guy that cheats on his wife, and then they're like, yeah, and gosh, I don't know why nobody in Maine wanted to vote for the other person who was a 78-year-old man like Joe Biden Sr.
True.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't want to do that. Anyways, more about that probably in the headlines.
Probably.
I have mixed feelings about Plattner, but I mean, I don't.
So do I. Yeah. But I'm kind of.
I also don't live in Maine, so I can just from a distance be like, well, given that or Susan Collins, hoping Trump learns a lesson, I'd probably vote for someone.
Also, if Fetterman is against him, I'm kind of like,
I know, right? Well, Fetterman's against him because that's his lane. Fetterman's like, I'm the anti-woke Democrat.
Right.
You don't get to be in here. There's only room for one creepy.
Nobody else
dude
in this club
Democratic
but
Party.
me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's a lot of creepy ass dudes, but they're weird creepy. Not like okay. Anyways, let's talk about Iran. We're talking about Iran now. I have an update here. Let me play this breaking news from the Up First from the NPR. NPR News this morning. I have this. This was actually on Monday.
Okay. Yesterday.
The U.S. and Iran traded fire Monday as the U.S. plan to reopen the Strait of Hormuz began.
Iran has launched multiple cruise missiles, drones, and small boats at ships that we are protecting.
Does this mean the ceasefire is over?
I'm Leila Fadel. That's A. Martinez, and this is Up First from NPR News.
I need to stop this. There's been a mistake. This is, and you can see it right here on the Alan. This is from May 5th, 2026. Oh. I take this back. That clip was from over a month ago.
Okay.
Gosh, it sure seems like it could have been yesterday.
It could have been
huh?
yesterday. Yeah.
Sure seems like it could have been yesterday.
Yeah.
That's actually literally happened to me by accident. My playlist was open on my phone, and I must not have deleted that one. And I went to the top of the playlist. So I was like, I don't think so. I don't think that's exactly what happened, but that's really close. It's
very
really
close.
fucking weird, right? So in the time since me and you last recorded an episode, our fearless leader, Donald Trump, said that people on the other side of the world do ceasefires differently. Did you know that? I learned this last week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I didn't know that before, but it makes sense now considering all the shooting at each other. You know what it's like? It is. They do things differently over there. It's like how the writing goes right to left instead of left to right, or they drive on the other side of the road. It's just different. You know, sometimes ceasefires include rocket attacks on major cities and airports, and U.S. bases, or I don't know, fucking helicopters.
Yep.
What do I know? Some would say the helicopter was asking for it. Some would say the helicopter was someplace it shouldn't have been. But what
It
do I
may have
know?
been
What do I know?
scantily dressed. I don't know.
I don't know anything about that. Ooh, you Graham Plattner over there? I can understand. Like, I can as an American, I can understand how this type of a ceasefire that we've been experiencing, which they're calling it a ceasefire right now. We've got a lot to talk about what happened right now while we're recording. There is developing stories as we're recording, but even as they're doing what we're going to talk about in a second, they're still calling it a ceasefire. So I can understand from an American's perspective over here in Los Estados how this type of a ceasefire could still be called a ceasefire. Because all the firing that's violating the ceasing is in and around Iran. But if Iran were doing the firing in and around America, I don't think I'd consider this a ceasefire.
No.
It's amazing to me that Iran considers this a ceasefire. Like, we can ignore it and go back to being like, gosh, gas is expensive, and I get mad at the president. But they're like, yeah, they're doing this here, you know? Just a thought. It's weird, right?
This would not be defined as a ceasefire if there were firing happening.
But at least it's over there.
Here.
So I guess let's talk about the helicopter that happened. I'm just going to read Trump's Truth Central post.
No. All right.
So do you know enough about the helicopter crash to talk about it before I read, what took place before I read Trump's response?
An Apache helicopter got shot at and crashed.
We don't know yet, how it was shot at, where it was when it was shot at. But I would imagine that it was probably over the Strait of Hormuz territory that Iran is saying is theirs, right?
That's why it would be there.
I would assume, but you know. So then Trump's response, look, I hate making an excuse for Iranians. It is not in their best interest to escalate that necessarily, right? When they know that we're still going to be dragged into this as long as Israel's fighting Lebanon. So they didn't have to provoke us to string us along, because that's what they'd rather do, is string us along. I feel like some bold commander was like, no, fuck them, they're way too close, and fired at this. Again, not making excuses for this, right? I'm so glad that the crew are alive and rescued safely. But it does seem like it probably took place because we were violating airspace, which I'm sure we do constantly. Call it a ceasefire.
I have a really hard time trying to steel man Iran's case in this conflict. But I understand. I take your point. I think that makes a lot of sense.
So here's Trump's response. So now keep in mind, this response came around noon today, Central. So 1 p.m. We all, depending on what time you went to bed, you probably went to bed with a notification about this taking place and that there's no immediate cause or any update other than the fact that they've been rescued or that they were shot down. And then we woke up with the update that they were rescued, that it was an Apache, and still no more news. And then 4 or 5 hours later, Trump says this: I have just been informed by our great military that the wording in this is baffling, and I would love to actually deep dive on that. I want to fucking
very
lock
Trumpian,
in
though, yeah.
I know, but it's like, okay, our great military, well, you just lost a helicopter to someone that you supposedly decimated. So just the conflicts within the statements. I have just been informed that last night the Iranians shot down one of our highly sophisticated Apache helicopters. Is it highly sophisticated? Well, what did it get shot down by? Something clearly more sophisticated than right? Certainly not by a cheap drone or right? So Like I have just been informed at 1 p.m. Something that me and you've known about for over 12 hours at this point. I have just been informed by our great military that last night the Iranians shot down one of our highly sophisticated Apache helicopters while patrolling over the Strait of Hormuz. There were 2 pilots involved. Both are safe and uninjured. Nevertheless, the United States must, of necessity, respond to this attack. Thank you for paying for this, Donald Trump. That's not what he said.
Paying for this?
No, he said attention. Thank you for attention on this matter. So they got rescued by a sea drone. That's kind of cool, right? Sea drone.
You get rescued by a drone. That's
a
cool.
new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you make of just the conflicting nature of our great military and highly sophisticated machine that got shot down? Like, it doesn't make up for the fact that I have like the ability to conceptualize a failure. You saying very strong words.
Man, I've been listening to a bunch of foreign policy podcasts, and nobody knows what to do with this. Like, it's just like fucking, like it's just it's doesn't
this
make
war or this specifically. Like you were hearing things
both.
talking about this today.
Both. Like none of it makes any sense, and there doesn't seem to be any easy off ramps for Trump.
We'll talk about those off ramps in a little bit here.
Okay.
Keep some of that in mind.
Okay.
Here's what we have as the most of an update. We talked about more up to the minute in the hidden track. This is a note that I had from before the show, but we've been conducting the U.S. is calling them self-defense strikes inside Iran in response to the helicopter
because
shutdown.
they don't want to call it war or
right.
violations.
If
of the
it isn't,
ceasefire.
as long as it's in self-defense, the ceasefire holds.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a self-defense nuclear tactical nuke. It's a self-defense, like, just bombardment of Tehran. It's a self-defense,
Sure.
And we learned this from Israel, right? Like Israel's like, oh, we had to, fire up into Beirut. It was in self-defense. It sounds like the U.S. attacked an area. This is from Bob Foster from the group chat where he was monitoring things. He said, sounds like the U.S. attacked an area near the Strait of Hormuz, which is likely where the attack on the helicopter came from. So it looks like they targeted where they suspect that where they shot the helicopter was from. And then it looks like Iran might be striking back with drone attacks in Kuwait and Bahrain. There's video online of drones flying across the sky in the last couple of minutes. This was a couple hours ago. And we've talked to Bob in the meantime, and he said that all they really saw was something flying over Iraq and it being shot down. So as of the time that we're recording this, it looks like Iran shot down one of our helicopters. Massive win for them. Like, just taking down one of our birds is a big fucking deal. And then we've retaliated in a way that we feel good about. And they don't feel like they have to do anything more than a slightly symbolic response to that because they know that they shot down. They proved to us and to the world they can shoot down another one of our aircraft. Like, and hopefully that's all it is. I really hope nothing's escalated since then or by the time this comes out. But in that best case scenario, like, I'm sorry, Donald, but saying I've just been informed by our great military that last night the Iranians shot down over highly sophisticated helicopters is a safe-facing move. Face-saving move.
I mean, yeah. Also, like, we were supposed to have taken out all of their capabilities, right? That was the whole fucking point.
Yep.
Like, they didn't have missiles. They didn't have any of this stuff. And somehow...
And it's not like they're stronger now, but they still have an ability to retaliate.
Yeah.
And engage and clearly take down aircraft.
Apparently
expensive
they can.
aircraft.
And which is why they still
Put lives
control
at
the
risk.
strait.
Like, those 2 people died over this bullshit. I used to think when this was about to pop off, I asked on the show, I was like, what's going to happen? How are Americans going to feel when a soldier dies for this nonsense, for this Epstein distraction?
Right.
And then we've lost 14 and we almost lost 2 more today.
And it doesn't seem to have moved the needle at all.
No. I'm going to sort of meander around, talk about Israel a little bit and come back to Iran. Because it's all part of it, right? Especially Lebanon. We'd be out of this. We would have found a way to have made a deal with Iran that Iran would have been fine with, but they're holding out that Israel is holding out that as long as they are fighting Iran's proxy, Iran won't sign any kind of a deal. And Iran's proxy is in Lebanon. So NPR, I heard this line today and I was like, I got to take my phone out and write a note down about this. So NPR says that Iran sees Lebanon as a way to pressure Trump and Israel to divide them. I had to write that down word for word. Iran sees Lebanon as a way to pressure Trump and Israel to try to divide them, which is really funny because I'm pretty sure Israel sees Lebanon as the way to pressure the U.S. into sticking in their war with Iran so that they can continue their war with like I suppose both those statements can be true. Like it's actually in Israel and Iran's best interest that people keep fighting Lebanon, like because as long as that keeps happening, the U.S. because they don't like Trump, they want to see it affect Trump's political chances so they can deal with somebody else.
Iran
to make a
okay.
deal with them. Iran wants to see Trump's political success weakened, and the longer this war goes on, the worse it is for Trump. And so, as long as it's something that they can tolerate, Iran can tolerate, they don't mind dragging us along on this. And Israel gets to keep doing what it's doing in Lebanon as long as we are bogged down in Iran.
Yeah, I don't know if they're wrong though. I think that probably the proxies do matter, and that does influence what.
Well, I mean, it's being effective, right? Like the whole yelling match with Trump and Netanyahu, yeah, and the fact that there are fractures within the Israeli with his coalition, yeah. Speaking of which, with all of the missiles, so one thing that we haven't talked about was that over the weekend there was a huge missile exchange between Iran
and Israel,
and Iran and Lebanon, right?
Yeah.
So Trump yelled at Bibi and said, "You better not invade Beirut," and he's like, "Okay, I won't invade Beirut." This guy doesn't know that I was talking about bombing them the whole time. So then a week later, he doesn't invade Beirut and he bombs Beirut.
Right.
So just remember, a week ago, there was this whole thing about this yelling match and the fracturing between their friendship. And the big takeaway was he won't invade Beirut. And then he bombs Beirut this week, at the end of last week, which led to Iran. Iran said, if you do that, we're going to shoot into Israel. And they shot missiles into Israel.
They did.
And then Trump had to beg Bibi not to retaliate into Iran, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like he was. By the way, when Israel was killing people in Beirut, they were killing Lebanese military, not Hezbollah, which is the whole reason that they justify doing this, is because Hezbollah is a proxy for Iran, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the people that are dying right now are Lebanese military. Lebanese dirty knees. Look at these. Anyways, they were ready in Israel to fire a heavy barrage into Tehran. There were people in Israel saying they wanted to burn Tehran to the ground, and Trump called and begged Bibi not to do it because he's, according to Trump, they're very close to a deal. More about that deal in a second here, but I'm gonna run something by you, and you tell me if I understand the scenario.
Okay, do tell.
The American president called the Prime Minister of Israel and begged them not to retaliate on Iran for firing ballistic missiles or rockets or whatever into Israel.
Yes.
The American president begged Israel not to retaliate for Iran firing missiles into. Okay, I am tired of saying this, but can you imagine what Republicans would say if Barack Obama did this?
No.
Or Joe Biden. You can remember that. That was a couple years ago, right?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, that would not fly.
Yeah. But here we are.
We are.
American Republican president doing that. One thing that I found, I've noticed as a pattern that's pretty wild this pattern that's developing is that anytime something happens between Israel and another country in its region, journalists will call up our president, Donald Trump, and Trump will immediately tell these reporters everything that he's going to say when he talks to Bibi. And then, so Bibi knows that because he said it to the media. And then he calls Bibi up and he tells him what Bibi already heard from the press, which is just a really weird way of doing diplomacy, right? Especially like making an announcement to journalists before you tell your actual allies, like the specific policy that you're going to pursue. And we're just used to it because we're so used to Donald Trump's methods. But like, that's really weird, right?
There's reporting that European journalists have called him in what would be the middle of the night here, and he picks up the phone and he talks to them.
Hey, what are you
doing?
Like
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Like That's
they're
not,
like, it's 8 a.m. here. Why are you up? Like, yeah.
This is not normal behavior by any means. Yes.
Well, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that Bibi already knows what Donald Trump is going to tell him because, I mean, this is only now I'm about to say something shocking, but only if you believe the Pentagon's Defense Intelligence Agency assessment.
Oh, nobody believes that.
So from a leaked paper within the Defense Intelligence Agency, which is part of the Pentagon CIA, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Pentagon's intelligence agency. The Israelis have spies in our administration. So from a leaked document, they've raised the threat level of internal espionage from high, which is already bad, to critical. This is a 7-page document. This is a quote from the document. Israel's ability to conduct human espionage and technical collection against the U.S. has reached a critical level. One senior official reportedly described the recent aggressiveness of Israel's intelligence gathering as unhinged. So they say Israeli efforts to eavesdrop on senior Trump administration officials who are handling delicate Middle East policy and negotiations with Iran. So we're talking about people like Steve Witkoff. We're talking about Elbridge Colby. So Elbridge Colby, he's the Undersecretary of War for Policy. By the way, when you picture Elbridge Colby in your head, if you don't know what he looks like, I feel like there's really only 2 stereotypes that an Elbridge Colby are. And I feel like those 2 stereotypes are very distinct from one another, right?
Okay, do tell.
Like, Elbridge Colby is either like a cool black dude that plays saxophone.
Oh, okay.
Or he is this man, and it's this man. He is a white dude that went to private school. He is Elbridge Colby, which I'm not saying Saxophone Man didn't go to private school. Maybe he got some really good lessons, but he's not cool like this Elbridge Colby is not cool. I fucked that up. Anyways, Elbridge Colby is the U.S. Undersecretary of War for Policy. And then his assistant, which get ready for this name, Michael P. Domino IV. There's 3 other Michael P. Dominos out there.
That man calls pasta sauce gravy, I'm sure.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, definitely. The Israelis are spying on the people that handle Middle East policy and negotiations. I'm
sure. What could possibly go wrong?
What an ally. What a friend we have in Jesus. This comes at a time that isn't the House or Senate debating a bill that's going to help get rid. So they're doing this thing where they say on the face of the bill it's to get rid of funding, taxpayer funding for the Israeli military, and then if you look at the meat of it, it's like integrating our militaries together. So it's like no more taxpayer funds for this. We'll just do it by anything that we buy, they get. I don't know. I'm doing a bad job of paraphrasing what the context is, but it's worse, right? So we're talking about I don't think it's an exaggeration, largely integrating our 2 militaries. And at the same time, the Pentagon is saying, yeah, they got a bunch of spies spying on Trump's chief negotiator and real estate buddy, Steve Witkoff. And was it Witkoff? He's his real estate buddy, right?
Mm-hmm. Witkoff, yeah.
He
has lots of them. There's many.
Yeah, that's true. The other, comes from real estate.
Yeah. There's plenty. Yeah, I mean, so if they're doing that, I don't think they even need to.
Right. Yeah, they don't need to wait for him to talk to a reporter, right? Is that what you're calling it back to? Drunk ass Alan remembered that 5 minutes ago I was talking about Alan. You hide it very well. You think? Oh, can I do the Ed McMahon?
Sure.
You really think you're fooling us?
I really think I'm fooling everybody. Yeah.
Ah, man, I should have found that clip. That would have been great. I was going to open the show with that. That would have been great. I'll put that in the hidden track for tomorrow.
Okay.
No, you're doing fine. I'm just giving you a hard time. So I said I wanted to talk a little bit about the potential for the peace deal, right? Which they call it a potential ceasefire, but we're already in a ceasefire, Alan. Can't you tell?
We've been in one for
we're already in a ceasefire.
Days.
How much better can it get? Yeah. So remember, they're not talking about an actual treaty.
No.
Look, it sounds like something that the U.S. had signaled that they would agree to has been finalized by the Iranians and sent to the U.S. for approval. So maybe by the time we're talking about this, there's some sort of like signed agreement. Although, given today's responses from the helicopter being shot at, maybe not. Those were kind of things that were in the pipeline prior to all of that happening. But there, all of the things that the U.S. said they wanted from Iran have largely been agreed to in this document that is being reviewed by the U.S. at least at the time that we're recording this. But it's not a peace deal, right? It's a memorandum of understanding. It's
MOU.
It's a what do you call this? What?
MOU. Memorandum.
Oh yeah. I thought you said that guy from Amadeo. Okay. Yeah. So it's to use a Trumpian phrase, it's concepts of a plan, right? Like we're going to have loose concepts of a plan that we'll agree to that will allow us to get to the point where we action these things out, which is a good step. Like if that were to happen, I would not poo-poo that. If that were to happen and Trump were to tell us we have a peace deal, I'd be like, okay, hold on now. We got to walk this back. But like, it is a way to take the step towards that. And you'd have the understanding that it would probably still be several months until those things actually become actionable, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so Rubio was in front of the Senate last week, and he was asked about whether they would just take a deal that would not include the nuclear, taking control of nuclear elements.
Right.
And he was like, no, we won't do that. We definitely won't do that. This will be something else. But like, to be clear, there's nothing that the Trump administration can gain at this point at the negotiating table that would be anything more than we already had before
this
all
war started. Right. Yeah.
And the JCPOA took like 2 years.
Yep.
And so like to think that you're gonna
and so if they get any kind of agreement, it'll be a fragile deal, right? And if that fragile deal, so we're already over 60 days into the ceasefire, but they can maybe get this fragile framework deal signed, and then if that lasts for 60 days or so, we can kind of get into another phase of pretending like this is all over. And then we just, if we're really lucky, have something like a perpetual truce, at least until the U.S. or more maybe the Israelis are like sufficiently justified in starting the shooting again, right? They're 11 days away from a bomb, something like that. So, I mean, what am I describing? I'm describing a cold peace. A cold PEAC, not like I dipped it in ice water. And like, I mean, let's look at some of the facts about this, right? Like Iran is economically battered right now.
Sure.
Like they should want to come to some sort of negotiating table.
Yes.
They're economically battered and they desperately need to sell oil. Like sanction relief isn't going to be enough for them because it's going to take too long for that money to get back into their system. They need to sell oil now, right?
Yes.
So the ability to do so, something we can agree on with that, or direct cash transfers, which like, oh boy, like direct cash transfers is going to be really fucking hard for Donald Trump to be able to describe unfrozen assets in a manner that doesn't sound exactly like what happened in the JCPOA that pissed off everybody in MAGA.
Right.
I don't doubt that he can Pied Piper all those Lindsey Grahams into doing it, but I just, man, honestly, that would just piss me off. That's if that happened, it would just make me mad. Which what's new?
I mean, I would be happy for this conflict to end. I don't care. Like I would like this to be over.
Right. Yeah.
Just whatever. If it's a win for him, I don't fucking care. Just do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I mean, that's all under the context of like they need sanction relief. They need money now. So they're like money, me and money now. It's my money.
Right.
I want it now. So Iran needs like they need that cash injection. Their
They do.
economy is not just in shambles. Like
it's a fucking shit show,
and it's getting worse every day.
Yes,
and that's the big gamble is whether they collapse first or we are inconvenienced as the global economy collapsing. Right.
But I mean, the thing is
and the mullahs are going to be able to live with it. Like, so that's the decision that the gamble the U.S. is making.
Well, I mean, the thing is that the whole thing was like there was this populist uprising in Iran that was supposed to like take over and
like for a day
this
they considered that
regime. But like the further you push this, the less the likelihood of that is. Like it's this, they have less and less and less power, and all you're doing, or all this administration is doing, is empowering the more extremist people on the this is it's fucking the opposite of what you would want to do if you wanted to change power in this country. Like, it's just antithetical.
Yeah. And I mean, just like, you look at other incentives to this, right? From the other side, Trump needs oil to be under $100.
It's not going to happen.
Like, Iran is economically in shambles. Trump wants oil to be under $100. Israel is actually the wild card out of all of this because they
don't care.
Well, they have a lot that they want to do that they haven't been doing, right? Like, they have a way that they would like to persecute their war that they're not doing while they're still keeping us in the fight. So, like, they're a little frustrated. They're feeling a little bit more like they're not quite getting what they want.
They're edging, one might say.
Trying not to say that. Yes, exactly. And they're keeping us in the game, like I said, because they're preventing an actual ceasefire, an actual peace deal, as long as they're involved in Lebanon. So then if you couple like the actual, like the reality of the situation, and then you think about people's incentives, right? So Trump wants gas to be under $100, but he doesn't want to be blonde Obama, right?
Right.
So Netanyahu's political coalition is fracturing, and there's at least some tension between him and Trump. And then all of the Iranians being so desperate to sell oil, probably being willing to cave on something if they can get upfront payments for cash injection into their economy. Because remember, like while Iran might be weaker now, like Alan was saying earlier, their confidence is through the roof. So they might be weaker than they were before this war started, but they're a lot more confident in fighting us. And I mean, they just took down a helicopter yesterday.
This is true.
So that all adds up to something like this memorandum of understanding going through, and a cold peace taking place, like I said, until 6 months from now when the Israelis decide that, we need to go in there and get that dust.
Yeah.
Which leads us to one other thing that's took place over the weekend in that region, which was that the Yemenis decided to launch strikes towards the Red Sea.
The Houthis got back in the game.
Yeah. So did you see anything about this? Because I admittedly only kind of know a headline about this.
All I know is that they did some strikes. They decided...
Oh yeah, and they called themselves the Axis of Resistance. I was like, Axis guys, you don't get to call yourself that. Like, can I talk to you in the kitchen, guys? Like, don't call yourself after the bad guys in the previous wars. Like,
but if you're them, I
sounds
think
cool.
Maybe that's what you do. I think.
Yeah, if you got an AK, maybe the Axis sounds cooler. I get it.
Yeah.
Can you make any sense out of the oil markets for me? Like, do you have any understanding as to how it's still floating? Because, like, by definition, everything's been exhausted. All the oil reserves have been tapped out. There were ships that were at sea that have made it to port. That's all been tapped out. Like, my understanding is mid-June, everything was supposed to go tits up, and that's like a week from now. And, like, maybe it still will, and I don't want it to, don't get me wrong, but gas is dropping. Like, gas dropped like 50 cents in the last week. Are people just trading off of the president's lies? And like, if he announces that there's a MOU tomorrow, gas isn't going to, I mean, gas will drop, oil will drop, people will trade, but that won't make the reality of like the scarcity of oil and availability in the market, all of those downstream effects, not real.
I think that the people that are in the markets in a large factor are probably Trump supporters, and
they're just making money off it. They're seeing when he says this, and they know that I can bet, then sell, bet, sell, all just based on the whims of how, and they're having a good time with it. But that can't last forever, right? I can understand how that could float this for a little bit, but that can't last. Like, people get, I mean, at some point you're getting yo-yoed, right?
I think we're coming to the end of where that's
sure seems like it, right?
Do. Like, probably. I would say the next month. It's probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality of it will, like, fuel shortages, all of those things will face, that especially if the Yemenis block off the Red Sea. I mean, that's the only pipeline that's been leaving is the Red Sea.
So if you have both of those blocked off, it's gonna be it will hit eventually.
Okay.
Yeah,
don't want that.
No,
that'll be a fun summer.
Me either.
Okay. Well, I got something to ask you as we go to half. So, like, this is kind of on the subject of it going and going and going, but never quite getting there. You know, I asked you about this on the show before. Like, you ever have those dreams where, like, you know, you're driving a car. I think the one I talked about was how it's like you're driving a car and you're slamming on the brakes, but it just won't stop.
It goes over the
like,
cliff. Yeah.
Yeah, or like you go to punch and your fists don't do anything, or you try to run but you can't like really go anywhere. It's like you're running underwater or something.
Yeah.
I had one of those the other night that was really fucking wild. It was a new version of this.
Oh, do tell.
Okay, so we're a comedy show, right? I can be a little vulgar.
Sure.
This is going to be a little vulgar.
Okay.
If any of you kids are listening, turn it down for a second, okay? Get the fucking kids out of here. I had a dream the other night that I was jerking it.
Mm-hmm.
I was jorking the penis.
Okay.
But I couldn't, no matter what I did.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes like that.
And you just kind of go, and like hard as you can. It was like I couldn't feel it. Like it was just like, come on, you know, just like rubbing it, like faster and faster and harder, you know, but nothing. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you wake up, a little disappointing. Then I look at the end of the bed and Mithra's smoking a cigarette. Mithra's the dog.
This is the B-side of our platter, sports fans. And I'm singing just for you, covered in sequins.
In the canyons of your mind, I will wander through your brain to the ventricles of your heart, my dear. I'm in love with you again. Cross the mountains of your chest, I will stick a Union Jack to the forest of your cheek, through the holes in your string band.
How do you feel if I debut a new segment?
Oh, let's do that.
Come back to half with the
Sure.
Come back from half with the new segment. This man, this oversized robe. I just feel like I keep showing too much of my cleavage, Alan. Very.
Looks fine from here.
Oh my stars and garters! I can't believe I had all this scintillating skin exposed. You know what? That's a good. You know that leads us very well into our Lindsey Graham clip of the week. Here's Lindsey Graham's clip of the week.
Happens here in the mountains a lot, and that's with religion. They use religion to try to change you from being gay to heterosexual. So I got into this religion business. I was baptized in every church. You name it, I was there, I was baptized. I had 15 people hold me down on the floor and get the demons out of me. And they said, stand back, there comes the demon of homosexuality. I got up and I seen the prettiest man I ever seen in my life. It happens here in the mountains.
That's a
prettiest man I've ever seen in my life. All right.
Thanks, Thrash. there was something in the middle of that I thought.
I think Stars and Garters could be the show title, by the way.
Oh, what would the image be though?
We can get to that.
Okay, well, I got a good one for Bully Stick.
Okay.
You know what, Alan? That might be a line I trot out a little bit more frequently. You know. Did you, speaking of like Southernisms, I was listening to a podcast today where they were talking about the creation of like one of the X-Men movies.
Oh.
And the lady that plays, is it Rogue? Is Rogue the one that's like a Southern woman, or is that
Rogue?
Should
sounds
be Jean
right.
Grey, I feel like, but yeah, Rogue was like from Louisiana or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess she says a line. You know, you've heard the phrase like more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
I have heard this.
Apparently, that voiceover artist like thought that they had like made up that line. This must have been from the cartoon, but anyways, I don't know. That's a good one though. That's a real line. People think that's for someone to think that they made that up. That's upsetting. Wow. I'm down a cul-de-sac of information.
Okay.
You don't have to respond on that line. Stars and garters is what got me there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's more like stars and bars. Am I right, Alan? Let's talk about the NBC interview.
This one
with Donald Trump. Yeah. So
it went swimmingly, I think.
Yeah. Well, swimmingly because of all the rain. So late last week, Friday, Saturday, Trump held a rally in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the timeline of this, but you probably know if you're listening to this show that Trump did an interview with NBC and he stopped the interview halfway through and stormed off. We'll get to that. Yeah. While it was falling apart, Lindsay Walker? Wes Walker.
Wes Walker. Okay. Yes.
Not Wes Walker. The woman conducting the interview was like, no, don't leave. I waited an hour and a half during the rain for you.
I drove all the way to Wisconsin for this. Yeah. That's what she said. Yeah,
she said, I waited for the rain to... And Donald Trump seemed to blame NBC for the rain. I don't have clips of it. We don't need to do clips of it, but Trump seemed to somehow blame NBC, crooked NBC, for the rain. So you probably have seen the clips by now, but so it's just Donald Trump, his face looking like shit, like exceptionally like shit. Not like bad makeup, but like red pizza face, flustered, splotchy. Like and then when he went to leave, he like could barely stand up. Now somebody said that in his defense they had boom mics there, and that's why he was sort of slouched over. Okay, what about the standing up and not being able to do that? Like that was a bad look. And so now what I was going to say earlier is, a lot of people don't know this. That interview was before his rally.
Right.
I'm almost certain that he was doing the interview and then he went to the rally. And I don't know if you watched the rally, but he's sitting down the whole time.
I didn't watch.
Yeah, he was sitting. Okay. He was sitting down at a table, and it just looked like low energy, except for the time he saw a guy and grabbed his leg. There was. Is this on here? Oh man, I didn't save it. Oh no, I put it in the Trump cult. Well, we just do this here. Here's a quick little cutaway. This is Donald Trump at that rally, really excited about the man next to him and how sexy his legs are.
I didn't want to do that. His leg is like a rock. He's a good-looking man. I forgot to touch his leg. I didn't want to do that. His leg is like a rock. He's a good-looking man.
These are normal things.
Yeah,
presidents say that.
Say these things.
Lots of presidents say things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do they say this?
They came one right after another.
I don't think so.
The presidents say that?
No.
Presidents
not
say
usually.
This?
I'm blowing out my left arm. Now I'm going to blow out my right arm, and I'm blowing out my damn throat, too.
Actually, I think Lincoln did say that.
Lincoln might have said that. Yeah, that was a wrestling conversation.
Daddy, you're my daddy.
They say that.
Daddy, you're my daddy.
Presidents say
magnified fortune.
They say magnified fortune. I still don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't know what that is, but yeah.
He was talking about instant replay. Magnified fortune.
Azerbaijan.
That's such a good one. Why don't I?
Do we have the one where you tried to say acetaminophen?
Yeah, I saved them. I don't know where. Okay. I don't know. They're not here. I don't know how to save things. Apparently.
Apparently, you don't.
Man, that would have been good.
That would have been great.
Opposition rather than a step.
Oh, that's not it.
Rubio is clearly a big hawk.
Oh, Nancy Mace lost her job.
Nancy Mace is a cunt.
That's Nancy Mace telling us that.
Yeah.
Nancy Mace is a literal cunt.
She also said that. Nikki Haley didn't like that.
No.
No.
I had black friends growing up.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with her being a cunt.
Mama is a long-leg Mac Daddy.
Okay. Well, why am I laughing at the end there?
The blacks.
Whoa. Greg
that
Gutfield. What is wrong with you?
What's
That's
happening?
Fox News for you, Alan.
Okay. All right.
I had black friends growing up.
The blacks.
Okay. These Republicans, man. You gotta. I mean, I don't have a bunch of clips of Chuck Schumer saying that, Alan.
No, but
kind of wish I did. Kind of wish I had more of
my own morality. A mentally retarded.
Whoa.
We don't say that word.
Yeah.
This looks small, but in person it's very big.
I say that all the time.
I'm done. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, especially, I mean, if I get mine confused with the dogs, I mean, you can imagine. Tasha was probably happy with me leaving that wherever I did. Okay, yeah, so let's talk about this interview. We don't have to talk about this interview
We
forever.
can talk about
Speaking of which, where's your dog? Yours a girl dog, though, huh?
She's right
You know,
there.
the best thing about a girl dog is that you can rub their belly and you don't have to worry about hitting their dicks. I mean, this is all
is true.
seriousness.
There's no
when I go to
balls.
rub
Yeah.
Mitra's belly, it's all just upper chest, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I don't really jerk off the dog. But
It's
you
good
can
to
rub
know.
Petra's belly. You can get down into the lower belly, you know, not too close, but certainly more than with a boy dog. I don't feel comfortable with what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like I'm presenting myself in a way that isn't. Like, I know that what I'm saying is innocent and sweet and an animal lover if it's cold enough.
To answer your question, she's right there. She's
I
like
thought I
right.
heard something. I thought I heard something.
Yeah, and the
There
cat
we go.
is right here, and there's the dog over there. Yeah, yeah.
You know, our cat has been living outside, like I said.
Yeah,
And then this
sneezing all
fucking-
over the place.
This
and-
fucking bitch, like from a couple houses down, she's like, "Hey," she texts, you know, because he's got our phone number on his collar, and this lady's like, "I have your cat. Is everything? You know, he's a real sweet boy. He jumped up and then he bit my hand." I was like, "Okay, you're being weird." And we're like, "Yeah, he's a good boy. Don't worry, he has plenty of food at home. Please don't feed him." She's like, "I feed a lot of strays." I'm like, "I understand. Please don't feed our
He's
cat."
not a stray. God
yeah,
damn
he's
it.
not a stray.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Well, I just think I should tell you that there's a lot of cats with feline HIV. Female HIV is different. Although
They have AIDS?
Yeah, cats have AIDS.
Cats have AIDS?
Well, Alan, it's HIV.
Fuck.
Don't be ignorant. They die of AIDS, but they have. Or
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's what.
Do they also play basketball? Like I didn't. I was not
No. But they own. But they do some very profitable sponsorships.
Oh, okay.
And great things in their communities.
Okay. What? That's good.
And they are a partial owner of the Dodgers.
Okay.
Anyways,
Good to know.
so she's like, yeah, there's God damn it, feline
HIV.
Yeah, FIV. And she's like, and people drive their cars too fast down the street. It's like, hey, lady, it's not your cat. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like just shut up. And then this motherfucker doesn't come home that day. And then the next night he doesn't come home. And I'm like, this bitch has him in her house. And then I'm walking the dogs on like Saturday. And I see him on her porch because I could see the dot on he's got an air tag on him. And I see him on her porch, like drinking water out of a bowl. I'm like, you motherfucker. And I walk up there with our dogs and he doesn't run away because he's like, yeah, I know your dogs. You know, I know these are my friends, the dogs.
Yeah, we're cool.
And I pick him up. He's like, hi. I'm like, yeah, bud. Hi. He's like, what's going on? He like rubs it immediately. Anytime you pick him up, he just rubs his head into my beard. And then he's just like, I walked him all the way to the house. It's like, you fucking, and I did that in front of that lady's door. She got a Ring doorbell on. I'm like, what are you doing here, Pompey, my cat?
Right,
Fucking
right.
psycho. Because there's feline HIV. I gotta stop trying to say it. I can't even say it.
Feline
IV.
immunization virus.
That's
something like that.
Well, in no relation to anything, we're talking about Donald Trump's failed interview with NBC. I don't know, man. Does everybody know about this? Like,
We've seen
like
it.
how this felt. Do you want to talk about how it broke down? Because that's the whole point of this, right?
Well, so she questions him about the 2020 election denial, right? And
Did she
says,
bring it up or did he bring it up?
He brought it up. He was
okay.
Well, because
so that brings up a dynamic anytime that you're interviewing Donald Trump. You are either constantly, like me with you, interrupting, because I love to interrupt. You either spend the entire time playing fact checker and interrupting, or you let the person you're talking to lie to your audience.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it went from like the California election to 2020 in some bizarre Trump way.
He talked about like the FBI letting people in on tours.
Yeah. And he was like, you know, this was not, the 2020 election was a fraud and I won by a landslide. And she's like, you have presented no evidence of that.
Right.
And that's when essentially he just.
I feel like the time that you have the White House, the House, the Senate, the judges, Tulsi Gabbard. All of these people in place, like you should be able to trot out your information.
You would
like,
think that would be
a
the
great
time you would
It'd
do
be very
that.
vindicating, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I know, right?
Zoya thinks so.
Yeah. So Yeah, I mean, he's not, though. That's not the point. Like, he's not actually rehashing 2020. He's laying out the groundwork by saying an election's not going the way he wanted because he endorsed a candidate in Los Angeles. He can undermine California. It gives him an opportunity to undermine our voting system. And it's the way he's going to go if the primaries don't go his way, right? And 28 will be even worse. But the other thing is, he's also showing us, independents and Democrats, how he's going to play it then. So we're getting a chance to be prepared for what type of shit he's going to trot out. And he's wasting it over California, over Los Angeles. And he's saying that, like, you know, whole districts turn in their votes where Spencer Pratt doesn't get any elections. It's like, one, I don't know that that's true. Two, I don't know. I can kind of believe that too. Like, he's not very likable. He is a Republican that could be a very strong Democrat district in a primary. Like, people don't show up. We've just covered this. Like,
we did.
And Democrats outnumber Republicans, registered Republicans. There's people that aren't registered, but Democrats outnumber registered Republicans 2-1 in Los Angeles. So even if he doubled his turnout, it still wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah, I mean, so I think this is on the hidden track, but when you said like 48,000 votes, there was a 43,000 vote drop that happened, and everybody went nuts and said, like, this is clearly the election being rigged. Which, like, if you actually look at the election, it's not. That's not what happened. But it's so stupid. And Bass would much rather be running against Pratt.
Wait, can I say what you're saying?
Yeah.
If the Democrats are rigging this election, they would have Spencer Pratt in the fucking runoff.
Yes, they would much rather have her.
Because, like I just said, there are twice as many registered Democrats as there are Republicans.
Yes,
and now she has to run against a more progressive. Like, this is bad for the Democrats.
Right?
You're saying they rigged it and they made it bad for themselves, just like how they rigged the election, but they didn't decide to win the House or Senate in 2024.
Yeah,
or in 2020 when they had to like deal
any
with.
Sense.
No.
It's
or
so
22.
So
rather, I should have said 22.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's an interesting take. Like, literally, the lines that led up to him storming out were, Welker said, Republicans are doing well in California. He interrupts her and says, no, they're not. They're dropping fast. Interesting take, leader of the Republicans. Really not a line I would have gone with, but he does like to play from behind, right?
You know what? Yeah. I hadn't thought of that. That's true. Yeah, that's quite a take.
Yeah.
Quite a take.
So talking about Bass versus Ramen, which is that's getting me hungry, Alan.
Ramen is good.
What's Bass's first name? It doesn't start with a C,
Karen.
does it?
I think it's a K.
Karen with a C?
No, I think it's a K.
Oh, C Bass would be. Do you get it?
That'd be better. Yeah.
Yeah. Delicious. Sea bass and ramen. If Karen Bass was it all likable, or wouldn't have completely botched like the water management shit, or like been in another country during the fires, this wouldn't even be close, right? Like, if she was a likable candidate, this would just be like a cakewalk, right? This is like, people don't understand how poorly like a charismatic reality TV show star actually did perform in this race, and what the demographics are of the city, right? Like, oh my God, though, like, you're telling me that the Democrats have rigged this, but if you look at this with like a sober mind, you go, which, Alan, imagine sober mind.
I can imagine that.
The Democrats establishment in the two biggest progressive cities in America have been Karen Bass and a Cuomo, not Mario. What, Andrew? Is that what they did? They did Andrew Cuomo in the mayor's race in New York, and they backed Karen Bass for Los Angeles. Yeah, the Democrats sure are rigging things over here. Just like they rigged Joe Biden being in there, and they rigged it. Yeah,
it's probably the bluest space on in the Democratic map. Yeah, it's pretty blue. These are not.
And the problem with Pratt is that he was really good at expressing grievances, just like Trump does. But unlike Trump, he doesn't have like momentum behind him when he can't like follow through on. So these are the grievances. These are the things we'll do about it. He just expresses grievances. And that kind of works when you have a cult behind you, but Spencer Pratt doesn't have a cult behind him,
Yeah.
And huge party machinery. He's acting as an outsider. He wasn't running as a Republican. He's running as much of a Republican as you can in Los Angeles.
Sure. Which is not ever going to win. Like, there's just no chance that's going to happen.
Yeah. It's impressive he did as well as he did. He's literally a homeless person. Like, he's talking about the homeless people in LA and his house burnt down. I feel bad for him. It's not the way most people achieve that. And he's got millions of dollars to fall back on. But like, it's weird that one of his planks was homelessness.
Yeah.
But he's like, also my house burnt down. It's like, well, by definition.
And also he tweeted that
Unhoused.
like 43,000 people on average are unhoused in LA. And that's the margin he thinks he lost at, which is like, okay.
Is he saying that on purpose? Like, is he trying to
Yes.
say that the homeless people voted for me?
No, he's saying
my
they
opponents?
voted against me. Yeah.
Okay. Are you picturing this? Like, just all the homeless people showing up at the
I'm
at
picturing
the polling
this.
station?
It's
Yeah.
obviously not.
Of course not. Yeah. So why? Like, we asked this last week and we didn't get a good answer. Like, why does California take so long to process this stuff?
It's just mechanics. I don't think there's any other
Don't
way
they have
to
mechanics in other states? Why is this one different?
Because it's 39 million people. Like, it's so much
Yeah,
people.
but don't you just have more people in the counting? Like, you have more districts, you have more people per district to count.
Yeah,
Like, the only explanation I've heard is that they don't count the mail-in
until
which do that earlier, or that they allow mail-ins to get mailed in election day. And just to avoid shit like this, to be honest, like, I'll give Trump some credit on something. Like, we need to put a deadline so that maybe it doesn't have to have arrived by the election day, because that's not entirely fair, because you can vote and not know exactly when it is. But they need to set a mail-in deadline like 5 days before, just because it can take 5 to 7 days or something like that for the mail to go through. That way, worst case, it's a couple of days. But this is like, it's crazy. We didn't know about this until Tuesday morning.
I definitely
all this was announced today.
They could do it better. They can definitely do it better. 100%.
Yeah. But I mean, also, we talk about the mail going slow. I mean, Trump's mail, what is it, Grandmaster of the Mail?
Mm-hmm.
Grand Wizard of the Mail? Postmaster of the Mail. That was pretty close. I mean, Louis DeJoy was like set there to degrade the mail service and efficiency, especially with ballots. So
yeah,
this is all kind of part of the plan for them too. I'm going to read a quote to you, and you're going to tell me if it's Mike Johnson or Tucker Carlson.
Oh, okay. It's a game. All right.
It's a game. So here's the quote. Some of these efforts are so diabolical and so far upstream, it's impossible to prove, but everyone knows instinctively something is wrong here. I tried to read it with a little bit of both of their mannerisms.
That's Mike Johnson.
It is. Do you know that from seeing it, or do you know that because it sounds like?
It
I thought I
sounds
did.
like-
See this part, but everyone knows instinctively. Like, that was very.
Yeah, you would have
Tucker.
had to do some more. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to tip it too much. Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah, this is he's doing a little walk and talk. Here's
Okay.
Big Mike.
Big Mike?
Yep.
Talking about his son masturbating or no?
God damn it, that's not it. Hold on,
No?
we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Here's Big Mike.
So does the tip of the iceberg.
Speaking of fraud,
Oh, tip of the
president
iceberg,
keeps saying
Alan.
that there's election fraud in the California
Frog.
mayor's race. What evidence is there to prove that?
You tell me, Manu. They are counting votes weeks after the election. We have entire nations with huge populations, like India, that can count their votes in 24 to
You're
48
saying
hours.
it's rigged like the president?
I mean, I don't know that India should be your go-to of up and up elections.
I'm not saying it's rigged. I'm saying it stinks to high heaven, and everybody knows that.
Stinks to high heaven.
Let's remove the appearance of impropriety. Let's have what a concept. Let's have votes on an election the day of the election. That's what many states are able to do. I think California is playing around with this.
But what evidence is there to prove that there was rigged?
Look, some of these efforts are so diabolical and so far upstream that it's impossible to prove. But I think everybody knows instinctively something is wrong here.
You're not saying anything. You're saying, look, I can't prove it, and it's because the reason I can't prove it is because the devil. I mean, I hear diabolical.
I mean, so the point is to discredit elections forever,
Yes.
right? That's
Right.
the whole point.
Right.
And so, like, you say this about California now, and then in the midterms, you'll say it again, like, you know, and it's just like you are trying to discredit
a part of the democratic process, right? Like
Yes.
you're undermining, you're creating cynical people
Yes.
that do not believe in parts of what makes us a free society.
Yeah.
Here's another pillar that they chipped away at. If anybody refutes me in the press, you don't have to believe them because I also told you that the press is crooked.
That checks
storms out from interview, which I believe we're talking about him storming out from. Did we talk about that yet?
We did.
So he
We
stormed
did.
out of the interview. He
Yeah.
stepped on the microphone and walked away.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, "You're failing. You suck. CNN sucks. The only people that don't suck are Barry Weiss, and I tell you, the guys over at 60 Minutes
CBS,
sure
they really got
are
it
getting
going on.
better."
Yeah.
So this is actually not the first time that Donald Trump has stormed out on an interview.
No.
I have a good one here. I didn't mean to close that. I think I had this open, but I closed it. Here he is storming out. This is the first time that I can see where he actually stormed out from an interview. Do you want to let the fine listeners know what we're looking at here?
Oh, sure. What is this? Is the Oval Office? I think.
No. This is Donald Trump on the Ali G show, show. So this is Sacha Baron Cohen. Nobody ever really caught on to the fact that he was doing this character just because he did this character so well. And it was
Okay.
like, you might have known about Borat, but you didn't know the same guy that did Borat also did this. You know what I mean? And it was a different time. So Donald Trump goes on there. And what you're going to see if you're watching this, and if you don't see it, you'll hear it when he leaves, is that game recognized game. He looked at this guy. He's like, "This is a con man," and I would know. Like he actually he realizes that he's a mark, and he catches on in a way that I think only happens when you're like, as prolific as he is.
Okay.
Okay, it's nice to meet you.
And how does I call you, like...
You can call me Donald.
For real.
Okay.
It's Trump, innit?
Right.
And remember at the beginning, what you did.
TR... It's up there. So how long has there been businesses?
Well, business started from the day one, from early in the world.
And what was they doing business in back in the day?
Many, many, many years ago, hundreds of millions of years ago, people were doing business, and they were trading in rocks and stones and other things.
Who would want to buy rocks?
I don't know, man. You gotta ask them that.
I've got some business I
You can see him sort of looking around like he's getting it.
did that I just want to tell you about, and I'll be a fool if...
Very quickly.
So he's like, "We're gonna wrap this up, right?"
Yeah,
like he's already ready to leave.
that I just want to tell you about, and I'll be a fool if...
Very quickly.
What is the most popular thing in the world?
Music.
I would have gone with water, but I
Water?
feel like music's a funny answer.
Music's pretty
No.
good. That's a good answer.
Tell me.
Ice cream.
Okay.
Everyone
No.
has it.
No.
And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
That is a
So
problem.
my idea is what?
To make a drip-proof ice cream.
No. Oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea. This. All right, whatever. You ain't gonna come out with that though.
No, I promise you I won't.
My idea
That's pretty good.
is to come out with just like these ice cream gloves that make the ice cream not go on your hands and make it all well sticky, and also keep your hands warm.
Okay.
When you is eating the ice cream.
Okay.
Is you win or is you win?
Okay, well, it sounds like a good idea, and I hope you make a lot of money. Good luck, folks. It's been nice seeing you. You take care of yourself, okay?
Is you going to be in on that?
Well, it sounds like an
Is
interesting...
you win or is you win?
He is going to be in it.
Good.
He gets up and walks away. Lindsay Welker?
Wow.
Does Lindsay Welker sound right?
That sounds right.
Okay. Well, we already had the video of him wanting to grab that guy's legs and talking about how hard it was.
Mm.
You remember that from earlier?
I do recall that from earlier. Yeah.
He said,
They don't want to come at the same time. Said, let's go. Come on. Get in. Let's go. They came in so fast and so hard.
Here's Peter Doocy asking Trump some questions about. Whenever I see Peter Doocy and Trump, I always think about Trump standing on the roof of the White House for no reason, like Michael Scott, like when he committed suicide, and he just goes, "Hello, Peter.
Hey, Peter. Yeah.
Hello, Peter." I always forgot my Doocies too, because I get Peter and Steve confused.
There's so many Doocies. It's hard to keep them.
There's just two to really keep track of.
Oh, that's true.
But when he said hello, Peter, it helped me keep it straight in my head. God, he looks like if that wasn't God, he looks like an ugly owl, right? Just like a
ugly owl. Yes.
So Peter Doocy asks him, like, do you think the Ayatollah is mad at you for being a family annihilator? And would you be willing to meet with him? And Trump says something like, you'll hear it in a second, but he says something along the lines of like, it would be a great honor to get to meet the Ayatollah. According to Trump, the world's greatest sponsor of terrorism. It would be a great honor to get to meet him. He's just saying words, man, and nobody fucking cares. Just little us over here on a podcast calling him out on it.
Meet with the new Ayatollah, the new supreme leader.
I don't want to meet, but if I did meet, I'd be honored to meet him. I'd like to see if we make a deal. But if we make a deal, it's possible that I would meet him. I'd be okay with it.
Would that happen here in the U.S.? White House?
Oh, I don't know, Peter. I haven't really heard too much about it. I didn't suggest it, but some people have suggested it. If it happened, it would be happen. I'd be respectful.
If it would happen, it'd be happen. I'd be respectful.
I'd be respectful.
Oh, wait, hold on.
If it happened, it would be happen.
Okay. This is a sentence.
Suggested it. If it happened, it would be happen. I'd be respectful.
Do you think because Epic Fury killed his dad and his wife and his kid that he's got hard feelings?
Question. Do you think, like,
the fact he killed his dad and his wife and his kid, that would be a problem? Epic Fury killed his dad and his wife and his kid, that he's got hard feelings and would.
Bye-bye.
He said bye-bye to his kids.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye to my wife.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye to his dad.
Oh, fuck. Well, I would say I'm not his favorite person. But
probably not.
With that being said, he's probably I don't know. He's probably a professional.
He's a professional.
In some circles, he has a very good reputation, actually. Sometimes some people say bad, but...
In some circles, he has a very good reputation. This is the president. This is the like he's disgusting. He's a bit, like, in some circles, he has a very good reputation. Yeah, no shit. That's how, bad guys work. Henchmen and... mullahs and any
killed
negative
his
way that
dad,
you'd like to
his wife, and his kid.
Do you think he has any hard feelings?
Probably not. He's
Probably
he's a professional.
He's a professional. Look it up.
Yeah.
It's in the book. There's the Mike Ditka. Remember the Mike Ditka line? I'm a professional. It was in Mike Ditka?
Yeah, it was.
Look me up. I'm in the book. No, it was Larry King. Larry King.
Oh.
Yeah. Professional. Look it up. It's in the book. Hold on. Don't make me do this on the show. Larry King.
We knew who they were.
Professional. Don't do that. Look it up. You're quoting Dennis Green?
I am.
No, I don't. Okay. I don't have it. Nope, I don't have it. I'm a professional. I don't have it. There's Larry King with Donald Trump. Like 40 years ago, it looks like, but we're not going to do that. I guess I was going to ask if there was any updates on the primaries, but we seem to have covered that a little bit as they came through.
Yeah, we did do that.
Which does leave us with a little bit of culture wars that we like to do here on the show, which is double check the White House Media Offenders of the Week page and see if it's been updated. Dr. Jonathan Reiner noted Kate Boudin on CNN morning show where they sowed doubt about the health of the president. So they're still talking about how it's perfectly normal for the president to take naps. And just in case they have sources down at the bottom, that Katie Boudin falls asleep live on the air. Dana Bash naps through CNN's Inside Politics. So don't worry. Fake Tapper, not Jake Tapper, Alan. Fake Tapper.
Fake Tapper. Yeah.
Which links you to an X post of his eyes closed. I don't even think it's a video. It's just a picture of his eyes closed.
Still showing. Okay.
Jake Tapper. Okay, hold on. I'm going to nitpick here. So in the Chiron, it says that on CNN, it says Trump appears to doze off through cabinet meeting. They took a still of him blinking, and then this Twitter page called Rapid Response 47. Okay. The White House Rapid Response account supporting POTUS America First agenda, 1.9 million followers. Nice racket.
God damn.
Labeled that fake tapper appears to doze off. The president, in his response to falling asleep in meetings and actually falling asleep, has a doctored screenshot in his list of, I mean, like, I know this isn't surprising. Come on, bear with me. But like, dude, in your list of sources, you just have like Twitter fake propaganda memes.
Of course he does.
And it's another one from Rapid Response 47. Renowned health expert falls asleep on the air. Sad. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. You know what else is embarrassing is all of these posts are from May 26th when they were trying to create sources for this post because they haven't updated this in 3 fucking weeks.
Seems right. That's what they do.
And this is the week that they also came out with the they made a blacklist of media and contributors, but I guess we'll talk about that more if we ever end up on it. We're working on it. People started to notice that they were updating this Media Offenders of the Week finally, which is funny. I wish they'd just listen to Untaken. Where it's kind of remarkable that they didn't update it for weeks and weeks and weeks.
It is.
I'm going to leave you with a weird thought that I'm going to meander through, but don't worry, it won't take too long. Sometimes I hit this at the end. I was going to open with this, but I just didn't know how much of an improv we'd really get into. So if this crashes and burns, we'll just hit the button. I was driving. I drive a lot through like farm country, and I'll see these silos, and I'll see staircases on them to like go up the outside of the silos. And oftentimes the staircase goes up. I don't know if I'd be counterclockwise. It goes up to the right, like it curls up starting on the bottom and goes to the right.
Right.
So it really bothers me because if you were trying to stand your ground at the top of the silo, you wouldn't be able to swing your sword effectively because your right hand is up against, if you're on the high ground, your right hand is up against the silo. And now your opponent who's trying to conquer your silo is walking up that spiral staircase with his whole right side hanging out in open space so he can swing his sword on you. And you can barely... That's why you always make your spiral staircases go up the left side of things so that you can use your dominant sword swinging side and against them, and you put them on the back foot.
Yep,
Everybody
that
knows
checks
this.
out.
Oh.
That checks out.
Well, there's a reason why I didn't open the show with this. It's great. I appreciated your participation in that, Alan. Guys, if you'd like to support this program, head on over to nonetaken.horse. That's a real website. And we'll be back next week with some more dumb bullshit.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Have fun storming the castle.
Jeeves, bring me the battery acid.
It's not for women.
When a guy's banging you...
Y'all let me in his damn house.
Oh, how about that?
Come in the name of peace. LMFAO. So what in the world is this?
Trump's pee-pee.
Why would you say something that stupid?
I come without explanations or solutions.
I'm a very sexy lady, cat turd. I will not suffer this harlot. How great! An anti-American Marxist.
Ted Cruz, go fuck yourself.
Read the news.
China is asshole.
God bless the United States.
Bye-bye.
Forgot about that.
Now this is podcasting.
Drive safe, buddy.
Cheers. That was
Cheers.
fun.
Maga de Linda Est.